Alright, hi guys, welcome back to the Insomnia 60 CSGO Open lower bracket finals now. So this game is going to decide who joins FM Esports in the finals on the Twitch stage later today. We're going to be coming straight at you with Dog Gaming versus Crident. Knife round underway on Inferno will be the first map. I'm John Allen Costs, and with me
Lucas. Hello guys, thanks for joining us again and staying in tuned. It's going to be a very interesting game, and yeah, I mean, I was obviously casting the last match with Crident and Radix, and I was very impressed with how solid Crident were. I hadn't actually seen Crident play before that last map, and I'm also glad it's Inferno again, because I love Inferno, and we haven't seen enough of it in my personal opinion, and Crident again were, you know, sublime on Inferno and Mirage. So let's see if they can continue that confidence, that morale that they had in the last game, and let's get this underway. And I don't know who won the knife round there, but it was
Dog Game. No, it was Crident. Yeah, so it was Crident. They've opted to stay, so they are going to be on the CT side. So yeah, on the CT side, going to have Crident. On the terrorist side, it is going to be Dog Gaming. So we're going to get underway right away. And well, they played Inferno, didn't they, on their last map for Crident?
Yeah, Crident played Inferno on the second of the best of three, and then the first was the Mirage. They won 16-2 against Radix on Mirage, and I believe it was a little bit closer on Inferno. I can't remember the exact score, but it was a little bit more even than the first. But look, anyway, look at this from Nuke Dog. They're just playing passively here, just waiting for some kind of push from Dog, and looks as though they're not going to actually opt for A, so it's going to be a little bit useless playing that passive on A, but obviously he's not to know. But look, the smoke's getting lined up here from the T's, so they're smoking off Ruins, they're smoking off CT. Good little play there with the utility, and he just can't connect his shots there, unfortunately, JT. So in return, he gets taken out by Gris, and Yoshi takes out Laza, and that just means that they've got full control of the site. The smokes are still there, so that's not going to help the CTs that are rotating round to the site. But look at this, new box play, close box play, old box play. Look, just tucking in and digging in, and they're not giving Skux, Wafu, or Nuke Dog any advantage at all here.
No, they need to go on this retake pretty sharpish. They do have a kit available on Wafu, but very solid positioning so far. Debaser holding down Church in the Coffin's position, and Yoshi able to catch him on the flank. But there's Scuzz with one pick. Nuke Dog finds two, and all of a sudden, this is a great advantage for them. They find most of the kills they need now. It's just Mezzy playing on Nubox. Wafu and Scuzz able to take him down. There is a kit on Wafu, and it's traded out. That is going to be the first round, surprisingly.
I was pretty impressed by that, John, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, the T's there, that being Team Dog, done a great job of getting onto site, using those smokes to their advantage, both on CT and Ruins, getting the bomb down and tucking in. I was very impressed that the CTs actually managed to retake that and win the round, and good on them, because look, their economy is obviously decent now. They're buying UMPs all round, including JT, so they've got 5 UMPs there. Utilities looking pretty damn strong for Crident as well, and unfortunately for Dog, their economy isn't at its best, so therefore they're going to have to eco this round, and the only utility they have is on Griff's, which is a smoke grenade. So let's see how they use that to their advantage, but either way, whatever happens, it's going to be extremely difficult for Dog to do anything against Crident in round 2.
They've invested basically nothing into this round. You know, 3 P250s, 350 each, the smoke 300. They're just pretty much saving. Makes sense, they got the plant,
yeah.
So they're going to be buying third round. I'm expecting AKs, maybe a couple of UMPs if they want to go for a bit more utility, get a couple of Molotovs on board, which are so important in terms of zoning the enemy team, especially on a site like B, etc. But they're going to be pushing into apartments this round, seeing what they can spot out, and not a lot so far. Very nice to see this sort of passive play playing on A, but the aggression on B could come up big for them if Laza is able to find an angle that he needs to.
Yeah, absolutely. Very aggressive from him. And obviously, if Team Dog do opt to go for A, he's going to be relayed that information from his team on Crident, and therefore he'll be able to flank in a very good way. So it's going to be a bit hard for him, though, because Debaser is putting off a fantastic bit of holding techniques here onto Laza. He's brought him down to 7 HP. Of course, himself is on 10. So this duel is lasting quite a while, and he's making it very difficult for Laza to do anything right now. And to be honest, with that Molotov there, and with the flank, he's not going to be able to do too much. But look at Nuke Dog taking out Ash, taking out Mezzy, Yoshi as well, and that just leaves Griffs in a 1v5 situation. And now he has that smoke grenade, but he's not going to use it. He's going to try and take Laza out instead, and unfortunately for Laza, he does indeed prove to be successful. So he's going to push B, and there's only one CT on B, so he's going to most likely make it a little bit difficult for the bomb to go down. Oh my god, would he get the bomb? He's going to get the bomb. Why would you do that, JT?
Well, he does manage to pick up the knife kill.
That's true.
Mean, the trade-off for the bomb plant, they know they're going to be full
That's
buying next round anyway, because they've got the intel. Obviously, they've only bought pistols this round. Getting that knife kill is going to allow them to potentially pick up an AWP, play that in mid, and maybe get the angles that they need, get those early picks down mid, get it all on, and we'll see what they opt to do with that. So, Nuke Dog actually having a lot of money as well. Getting those 3 UMP kills, he's going to be raking in the money. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did trade out some guns, but no. Looks like they are just going to stick with that UMP setup. JT picking up the M4. So what they're going to be wanting to do, play those closer angles, whereas before they wanted to play further back. Now they're going to want to close in and play a little bit more aggressive. We'll see if they manage to pick that up. They seem to be doing that on B site and now playing a little bit further back. JT is the only person who can play a little bit further back, but you can see that aggression in A apartments really comes through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just looking at the fact that Crident obviously have won the last 2 rounds, and because their economy is stronger, that you'd think that they'd like to buy a bunch of M4s, but instead they're going for the UMPs. And you'd think that AKs would do a good job at taking out Crident here, considering it's a better weapon. But unfortunately, that's not the case at all. As Yoshi gets his HP brought down to 39, and now it's 3v3. What a brilliant round here in round 3. And Yoshi takes out Luz with the AKs. And now Griffs, Yoshi, and Debaser have to work together here. They're already on B site here, so the bomb's going to be planted around Barbecue right now, as we can see, and there's 1 in ruins, 2 in ruins, mind you, and 1 on site. So this is a good little hold here from the T side. They just need to work together and get this crossfire going to stop the CTs from coming onto site. Good shot from Yoshi onto Skarks. Wafu trading out Yoshi, and now it's 2v2. Wafu, Nuke Dog do have 2 kits. They have a bit of utility to work with as well, UMPs as well, so they could actually retake this if they choose to do so. And it looks like they are, as a Molotov goes out onto site. But unfortunately, Gris locks onto Wafu, takes him out with the AK-47. Wonderful headshot from him. A little pop flash there, just to warn off Nuke Dog not to come onto site, but he knows where one of the T's is. Debaser is on new boxes, as Nuke Dog knows, so he's going to go there, shoot through the smoke, and he's going to connect and cause some damage, but he doesn't know he's there. He has no idea where the T's are, and because of this, the bomb's going to go off, and he's going to get killed. He's going to get a good kill onto Debaser, but that's not good enough, as the T's win that round. Well played from T's to get on that site, to control the site and defend it from any CT that chose to become a hazard.
Nuke Dog being the star player so far for their side. In the first round we saw him entry 2 kills on that retake, 3v5, and that allowed them to enter into the rest of the round, and I think he might have picked up a 3rd at the end. I wasn't too sure. The kill feed was absolutely mental because they all just died pretty much immediately once that execute came in, and on the next round of course he got those 3 kills with the UMP. So look at what they've actually managed to pick up off the back of the loss. They've got 2 M4s, an AWP, and the Deagle and UMP, so obviously saving that economic strength that they got from the second round to push themselves into this 3rd round. So probably wise that they didn't pick up those M4s. In fact, maybe the round would have gone differently, but they were able to come back, and this would actually crush the economy of Dog a little bit harder if they do actually come in strong with this one. But look at the boost here on Scuzz. He has a bit of a strong position there.
Yeah, we saw that last map. We saw that last map as well from Skarks, and it did prove to be quite successful. But unfortunately for him, it's not going to be successful in this round, as Mezzi takes him out single-handedly with an AK-47. But I've got JT here on Banana, and he's absolutely destructive with this Deagle. He's got some good skill with that weapon, and he does like to put off a good, decent few headshots from time to time. And that smoke from Yoshi, unfortunately, didn't quite go according to plan, and because of that, they're going to come back and wait for that to disappear before they make any kind of entry. And another bad smoke too. I think that was maybe a CT smoke attempt, but they're just faking it out anyway, so it's not going to matter too much. Lazar trying his best to defend site, takes out Mezzi there with the AWP. Well played from him. They're going to make it that little bit difficult for Dog to actually get onto site. But look at this, Griffiths is playing very aggressive. He's searching for that pit CT, he's searching for that site CT, and Wafu is there like a little ninja, takes out Griffiths. Lazar takes out Ash. Yoshi follows up on Wafu. Nuke Dog, fantastic play there, killing the Bassi, and now Yoshi's in a 1v3 situation, but is quickly and swiftly taken out by Lazar with the AWP.
Once more, Nuke Dog coming up big. They didn't check pit before they went to plant the bomb, and that UMP backstabbed them, stopped the plant, and they were just able to clean up. Yoshi came through, as did... sorry, Yoshi wasn't able to close it out as Lazar managed to land that orb shot on him, and quite frankly,
yeah,
they just didn't check their angles, and they needed to. So let's see if they can pick up their feet now, as seems to me like Crident are coming in very, very strong so far in this first map of the best of 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm just going back on what you were saying with the pit play from the CT. That's true. And also there was one in playing Ninja on site, so they had a decent little crossfire. So yeah, it absolutely destroyed the opposition, that being Dog. So well played from the CTs to defend the site as well as they did. But moving on, yeah, we've got a little bad economy here for Dog. We've got one Deagle in the hands of Mezzi. He's got a good bit of aim there. So if he plays his cards right, he'll definitely get a couple of kills, making it a little bit easier for Dog to do some kind of damage to the CTs. And all they really need to do right now, considering their economy, is just get the bomb down and get a few kills, kind of ruin the CT's economy as best as they can, because there's not really much else they can really do right now, to be honest.
Yeah, I like this aggression coming up mid. I think that Wafu potentially could be someone that they might want to take the trade with, but it's not going to go well for them. He finds two. Griff's able to take it down again. Now, JT holding with friends on B site, able to take out Debaser, which is going to mean that it's a 2v4. They do manage to pick up that M4 and put it onto Griff's, but Yoshi, still only with that P250, is going to be made short work of by JT, and now it's all on Griff's with this M4.
Yeah, absolutely, and unfortunately Dog have put Griff's in a bit of a sticky situation right now. He's not really got much to work with whatsoever. He doesn't even have any Kevlar, just has an M4 which he took from Wafu, and unfortunately it's looking likely it's going to be 4-1 in Crident's favour. But it's not too bad, because I think they can go into the next round with a buyer, so it's not going to harm them too much, but they definitely need to start winning some rounds if they are going to keep this gap as close as possible.
I mean, Luzza has not been taken off that AWP so far. I'm pretty sure he hasn't been taken off the AWP. Certainly someone has saved it from the last round.
Yeah.
Don't know if he himself has died and had to rebuy the armor. Because actually, interestingly, Wafu and Luzza both don't have head armor, which is kind of quite interesting to me, especially against a team that they should be pretty sure is ecoing. I mean, if you take a look at the economy, they could have forced up, UMPs or something like that. So maybe they're not looking for it. But I feel like they have the money. Why not buy that head armor? Yeah, they have it in the back.
Exactly, and it could be just down to the fact that they just forgot. I mean, it does happen times down, unfortunately, even at this skill level. But you're absolutely right. All it takes is one shot onto someone with no Kevlar, and you are gone. Good night. And it looks as though that the T's are opting for a slow push up to Banana. They've got full control of Banana. That's just due to the fact, though, that JT and Wafu are playing extremely passively here. I can see that the Molotov's going to come out from one of the players on B site, or if not a smoke grenade. So it might actually help them defend the site with this crossfire setup that they've got here on site B. But look, if the T's opt to go now with the Tech 9s and they all 5 of them go onto site, they could do a good job of getting onto site and actually getting the bomb down. Because look at the damage being caused onto JT right now. He's down on 23 HP due to a nice shot from the Tech 9 from Debaser. But look, Wafu going huge, taking out Yoshi, taking out Debaser, Loza following up, killing Griffs. Wafu taking out Mizzy, Ash following up, getting 2 wonderful kills to the Tech 9 there, just evening that up and making it a little bit easy for him to get the bomb down. He does have the bomb on his back, mind you, but Luzza has the AWP, and we know how deadly this guy can be with this weapon, as we just see and witness there as he takes out Ash. Good round there from the CTs, but also not bad going with the Tech 9 play from Dog as well.
I would have been in favour of Ash trying to stick that plant there. Unfortunately, he did go for the peak, met his end. But it is going to be 5-1 in the favour of Crident, coming up strong. Of course, they did have the warm-up on Inferno before this, so maybe it's just the fact that Dog Gaming are going in a little bit slow. Of course, the last game they would have played in this tournament was yesterday, so they will have had time to practice, but there's no real replacement for a proper warm-up in a competitive scenario on the map that you're going to be playing in. I mean, going straight from Inferno to Inferno, you've got to be pretty ready for it, and it's showing in the scoreline right now. 5-1. Luzza still opting not to go for that head armor, so we'll see how that goes for them. But the AKs are bound. Lots of damage going across on the nade on this A push. Now it's Mezzi pushing out into apartments. Is he going to be able to spot out Nuke Dog here? Nuke Dog being so operable from that pit position, and he is able to find 1. Can he turn it on? Drops down, finds 2. Scuzz is there with 2 as well. Ash finds 1, but it's not going to allow them to get onto the A site. Bomb gets dropped, and now we see 6-1. Crident super strong right now. Yeah,
fantastic play from the CTs there. Good defense, and unfortunately for Dog, they're going to be forced into a bad situation economy-wise, and that means they're going to have to force up, if not eco. And it looks like they're going to offer an eco right now. It's 6-1 on the scoreboard, and because of this forced eco, looks like the round is going to go into Crident's favour in this round 8 as well, which isn't going to be good for the Dog team whatsoever. Fantastic shot there from Luzza, though, down mid onto Griffs, which is going to give them the one-man advantage now, and it looks like we're going to see a nice, slow go grouping from the T side here with the Tech 9s. Lazar is ready for this though. He's throwing a nade, trying to cause some damage, but unfortunately goes over their heads. He does get a good shot onto Yoshi though, mind you. Relocating now, trying to get another kill, but it's not going to be a case because they're not going to go connect. Instead, Ash is going to go around and kill Skux. Nuke Dog's going to follow up, kill Ash, and then Debaser is going to follow up and kill and trade out Nuke Dog. So look, trades left, right, and centre. Absolute bloodbath. Is there really much Debaser can do in this situation? He does have the bomb, so he could ninja around to B. So there's still an opportunity for this team to actually get the bomb down and win the round.
Well, let's see if he manages to pull it off. He's certainly managed to slip past all the defences here. They must smell something's up. Maybe they just think he's going for some late round frags, potentially have picked up a rifle or something like that. They're unkeen to leave A, but I kind of like the strategy. They know that the economy is going to be pretty strong next round for them anyway, so letting them get the plant isn't going to be too much of a detriment here, but Debaser is going to be lying in wait with the Tech 9. If they spot him out, could be disastrous for him, but Wafu goes for the peak, does not turn it on, but JT does, and they are going to be able to get this defuse. Both have a defuse kit, and that's going to be 7-1 in favour of Crident Gaming.
Yeah, I think Debaser probably played that as best as he probably could position-wise, playing the unexpected role of playing aggressive, and unfortunately for him, he was only managed to get one kill. He could have got the kill onto JT if he was a little bit more lucky, but unfortunately it didn't work out. But it's 7-1 across the scoreboard. Crident obviously are in favour here, in the lead here with 7 rounds to Dogs 1. And look, they've gone for a buy. Griffs has got the AWP. They really need to just wait for Griffs to get a pick, just so they can open up the game a little bit easier, a little bit more. And obviously when they choose to execute onto a site with that one-man advantage after Griffs getting a kill, then they're more likely going to be successful in actually locking down the round and winning the round, which is round 9. So let's see what they do.
Again, putting a lot of force towards apartments. This seems to be a sort of favourite position for them to take early into the round. Now Nuke Dog could be spotted out here. Bit of trouble. Found by Ash. Is able to take a second kill on Mezzi. The trade comes 1 for 2, and that is going to put Dog Gaming at a little bit of an advantage here, but the aggression on Banana has yet to come.
Yeah, absolutely. They've done a good job here, Team Dog taking out Nuke Dog and the Skux. And even though Messi's HP is only on 56, it's not going to really matter because his teammate Yoshi's going to take out Wafu there. The Molotov coming in from JT though, just to buy some time, because obviously time is on their side considering that the CTs have to just defend against the bomb. But look, JT playing a very aggressive there, taking out not just Yoshi, but Debaser as well. Finally, he goes down to Griff's AWP, but that's a fantastic play there from JT. And unfortunately, Lazar is in a 1v2 situation, but he has an AWP. He's extremely deadly with that weapon. He has a utility and he has a kit, so there's still a chance that the CT could actually win this round and go into this and retake and defuse the bomb.
Bomb has been planted now on B site. It's going to be a health advantage just about going over to Dog Gaming, but we'll have to wait and see what Lazar can pull off. He has actually opted to pick up the AK-47, so now he's going to be starting to approach this site. Smoke's going towards the back. Actually dropped on the bomb, sorry. The Incendiary going to be trying to block off Coffin's position, waiting for the peak, coming out from the other side of Church, jumps up and gets shut down by Griffs. That is going to be Crident taking a loss for one of their very few rounds that it seems to be they're going to lose this half.
Yeah, indeed. It was an interesting little boost there coming from Lazar. Probably not the best of options, but he opted to do that, and unfortunately for him, he wasn't proven successful. But it's not going to matter too much because they've got a decent amount of economy, so therefore they've gone for a full buy, and Lazar obviously has the AWP in his hands once more. So let's see if they can use this utility to advantage, bide their time, play passively, and work as a team. So I'd like to see a little bit more of a passive play from the CTs, just to make that gap even bigger than it already is.
Setting up a lot more passively, quite rightly here. They are just biding their time. This is the round that they don't want to lose, especially now that they've got that AWP, they've got that AK, all that armor that they've spent their money on. This could be a very devastating round to lose for them. So we'll see what they're able to pull off. The aggression on B once more, and the setup in apartments, which went well for them last round. Hopefully they're going to be looking for a repeat performance as they bide their time. A minute left on the clock, so they have to try and go for something. This is very nice to see that Crident have adjusted their play. They had Nuke Dog and I think it was Scuzz in apartments before.
Correct.
But they pulled them back and they didn't lose those picks early, so this could be a little bit of a better round for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this boost from JT though. It looks like Dog are actually push into Site B, and if they do just that, the crossfire from JT and who was it? Wafu is going to be absolutely devastating. And look at this crossfire. It's going to be interesting to see if they can put it off here, JT and Wafu. Griff's edging forward. He's trying to get that first kill with the AWP. But unfortunately for him, they're getting flashed off, smoked off, mollied off, and because of that, it's making it so much more difficult than it should be getting onto that site B. But look at the crossfire. Look at JT keep taking out Ash. Fantastic play from him. Goes and gets Griffs as well. Wafu obviously teaming up with JT, taking out Yoshi. Mezzi getting 2 kills on obviously site A on the other side of the map. Well played from him, but unfortunately Mezzi hasn't got the bomb. The bomb is in the possession of the CTs, and because of that, they're going to win, because look at the time.
Unfortunately, yeah, those 2 kills not going to make a difference really, and that's going to be Crident shutting down the economy of Dog Gaming. So Dog, really, they haven't been able to find a footing so far today in the first map. Maybe it's they're not their map, maybe they're not warmed up, but we'll see if they can come back. Certainly in the second half of this game, 8-2 is the scoreline so far in favour of Crident. We're on the 11th round. Something that I kind of want to see is maybe a little bit more focus on trying to take that mid control, coming in towards that A site, because I don't think we've seen them flank around Arch side more than once, except on an eco with the Tech 9s. So, we'll see what they do, and they do in fact actually go for that sort of a strat. 2-3 players pushing up there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's good to see that them mixing the strats up, Team Dog. But the way that Crident have been playing, which is extremely passively, pretty much every single round, is just going to be make it so much more difficult for Dog to actually make any kind of play. Wafu, look, watching Connector here as passively as he possibly can, and Nuke Dog playing a nice double team up here with his teammate in pit, which is Skux. So it's going to be very, very difficult for Dog to actually do anything. Considering how well they're playing defensively. Wafu taking out Yoshi to begin the round, starting the round off. 50 seconds to go on the clock. The team really needs to start doing something here, make a play, execute onto site, and I don't know what they're going to opt to do, because they're smoked off on balcony. Short's looking pretty heavily guarded by Wafu, but Mezzi turns around, takes Nuke Dog out onto the balcony, and Mezzi is doing an actually phenomenal job here, getting onto site, and Skux is doing the best job he can by taking out Griffs, but Mezzi follows up on a second kill, getting Wafu killed with his AK-47. Good headshot from him. JT, Lazza, Skux, now Lazza and JT in a 2v3 situation right now. Debeza does have 2 flashes and a Molotov, so he can use that to his advantage, but unfortunately JT and Lazza aren't in the best of positions, so therefore it's going to be difficult for Lazza to actually get any kind of pick here. JT manages to do so on Debeza, gets a second onto Ash. Fantastic short play from him. The last one is on site, and the last one is Mezzi. Let's see what he can do with the AK-47. He's looking at Lazza, takes Lazza out with the AK, goes in search of JT. Let's see if he can get this kill. It'd be a fantastic clutch if he can. Come on, can you do it, Mezzi? JT is dueling with him as best he possibly can, pulls out the USP, takes him out with a nice little wall bang, and defuses the bomb, making it 9-2 to the likes of Crident. Well played from them. It was a very close round though indeed. 2
rounds in a row. Mezzi has done spectacularly well, but the rest of his team just falling flat. It seems to me that he got 4K that round, and that was a brilliant push that we saw him coming out of apartments, through the smoke, dropped down, got the kill onto the player playing pit, turned it, tried to get the kill, turned onto site, got the kill there, and then the nicely placed Molotov picking up the 3rd kill. And, it just leaves the question, like, where was the rest of his team? Were they supporting him? They were certainly behind him, but I don't know if they were checking the angles. Something that I noticed there when JT was pushing up from short, was the fact that they didn't turn and try and deal with him once they got the kill towards mid, and they knew he was there. He turned far too late and lost his life for it, and they potentially lost the round for it. But this earlier B aggression going well for Debeza. JT gets the pick.
Yeah, no, fantastic play, and this is a good little entry here. Lazza unfortunately missing a couple of shots, has managed to collect 1 though onto Griffiths. Wafu there to back up his teammate, and Wafu taking not 1, not 2, but 3 of Team Dog, and that leaves Mezzi, one of the top aim players on their team, in a 1v3 situation as he takes out Wafu, who was playing new boxes. Now he's on site, he has the bomb on new boxes, barbecue, therefore it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to actually go and retrieve that bomb. The smoke not really doing a great job of blocking Lazza's view onto him, and they know exactly where Mezzi is playing. He does an M4 like Kevlar, not really in the best of positions considering he does not have any more utility. Therefore, it looks like it's going to be another round in Crident's favour.
They need to play a little bit further back. Lazza has the angle, the fake flashbang, not going to phase him as he goes for the pick onto Mezzi. Now, it's going to be 10-2. If they pick up these next 3 rounds, which, they need to win all the next 3 rounds. If you're on the side of Dog, you need that. Otherwise, going into the second half, you've pretty much written off this game. And that might be what they've already done. Hopefully not. this is a best of 3, so of course it's, you know, and it is pretty crucial. Every map counts, obviously. So hopefully they haven't just written this one off straight away. Every game is winnable, every map is winnable, no matter what the scoreline, unless it's 16.
Oh, exactly. We've seen so many unpredictable plays from teams that you would probably write off immediately, and we've seen so many surprises in this SI series, so it's been very entertaining to watch. I mean, to be honest, Crident have been looking extremely dominant in most of the games that they've been playing. I mean, like I said, on the Mirage against Radix, I believe it was, they won 16-2. Then obviously they won the second map on Inferno, and now look at they're dominating this map on Inferno as well against Dog. Look at this, Ash getting Wafu, JT getting 2 kills there, phenomenal play from him, and that unfortunately puts the bases to 44 HP, therefore it's not going to be very hard for Crident to actually come out on top, considering it's a man advantage of 2. But the bomb's down on B, and the retake's coming in extremely quickly here, and it looks like we're going to see JT heading and fronting the pack, the Wolf pack, as he runs round to Ruins, got the nade out, just trying to cause as much damage as he possibly can to the T's before he enters the site. He knows obviously no one's new boxes because the Molly's obviously there proving that fact, and obviously there's going to be one old box. He's one on Barbecue. Nuke Dog taking out the base, and now Nuke Dog is in a 1v2 situation right now. He has an M4, he has some utility to work with. He does have a kit as well, but Mezzi is in a great position here to take him out as soon as he gets onto the site from Ruins. Sprays down through the box, takes Nuke Dog out, and that is a round in Dog's favour, which they definitely needed. And now we commence into round 14, and it's 10-3.
Both of those players actually losing their weapons there at the end of the round, so they didn't manage to save anything, and being on the sort of economy that they're on, that is devastating. They are going to be pretty frustrated with that one. I just want to point out a play that we didn't actually manage to catch here. Mezzi pushed through the smoke towards CT and was able to get that backstab, got the pick off, and honestly, like, smoke push master right here. Like,
yeah,
he did that on apartments, he did it through CT. They need to be wary of his pushes through smoke, because they're just being so deadly, and you know, it's going well for them. Obviously, only 3 rounds, so not too much to worry about, but you know,
to go.
Keep it in the back of the mind.
It's still an absolute marathon for Dog. They need just to keep the composure and keep their confidence high, and continue the communication, because that is key. Communication is key. And look, Crident have pistols now. Well, yes, we keep seeing pistol upsets. I know this, but at the same time, Dog are desperate to get that 4th round under their belt, and they need it if they want to go into the CT's second half in a strong way.
Pistols abound. So obviously they've already got that favourable scoreline, so even if they don't pick up any, they have quite an advantage going into the second half, but it remains to be seen. I am ready for Luzzard to take off a couple of heads here on the push, as he has been proven to be deadly accurate with those, and it looks like the B aggression is where it's going to come. Now, push starting to come out. No, just the smoke, maybe potentially trying to bait out the fake. But it's going to be Luzzer being smoked off in CT. No aggression though, so he's just waiting, biding his time. They are starting to beat the corner now, so a slow play, 30 seconds left on the clock. The push coming out through the smoke on Luzzer is not going to be able to find any heads there as T-Griffs takes him down. Wafu though is going to do just that, finds Griffs. Yoshi pushing back along, trying to find the rotators, but Nuke Dog finds him instead. Debasa trying to do the same, and they're just rotating straight away from B.
Yeah, fantastic play there. It's exactly what you want to be doing on Inferno, is forcing the CTs to overextend and rotate round to the site that you're not going to go to. And this is a great quick rotate from the Ts. Mezzi going huge in apps, taking out Nuke Dog. Ash following up on site, taking out Wafu. Now JT has been forced by his teammates to be in a 1v3 situation. He doesn't have a kit, he doesn't have any Kevlar, and he's against 3 of Team Dog. Not going to be a good, successful round for him, unfortunately, but he's going to try his best as he slowly pushes and causes some damage onto the likes of Ash, but with Mezzi in Boiler, it's not going to prove to be a successful round for him nor his team. Now it's 10-4 in Dog's favour, and this could be a 10-5 scoreline in the first half.
Crident's favour.
Crident's favour.
That's all right. Yeah, I mean, 10-5 would be definitely all right. I think given the state of the economy that we're seeing, it's not the time to buy housing. No, it's going to be the full buy coming up for Crident, so they're going to have everything they need. Not picking up the head armor, probably wisely in this case. I was calling Lazar out earlier for it, but no, it's probably wise here, because of course they need that utility, and it is a little bit sparse on their side. They do have all the smokes they need. Scuzz obviously the only play without, and a little bit of passive play on Banana and aggression in apartments. That seems to be their standard setup on Inferno.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what Crident really needs to start doing is reverting back to that passive play, obviously using the smokes to the advantage. Look, as we just see, JT is just smoking off Banana, so he can stop any kind of push coming in there. So they're so effective, these smokes, but mind you, if Mezzi continues to do Stu 2K tactics and push through the smokes and take the rest of the team out, he's going to be proven to be quite a bit of a hazard for Crident.
Yeah, the boost coming out. Mezzi wary of the first one, so potentially wary of the second one. Figures out that they're under balcony, and Debaser closes it out with him. Griff's in a nice position, able to find the kill onto JT as they start to push on to B site. The bomb is with them, and they are ready to take the site. Jumping up on top of Coffins, finds a second one onto Lazar, and now Nuke Dog in a 1v4. 10-5 looks pretty bright right now.
Absolutely, it does indeed, and we've got to be pretty, impressed by the likes of Team Dog here, just remaining composed, and that togetherness that they've proved in the last few rounds has absolutely been phenomenal, and therefore they're going to get this 10-5 scoreline in the first half, with Mezzi taking out Nuke Dog to finish that one off, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top in the first pistol round of the second half, because that is the all important round to get that leeway that you need in the early stages of the second half.
Absolutely. So, now, Crident taking the 10-5 lead, but a little bit of momentum gain from Dog Gaming here. So, you know, it could go either way. I mean, they're now on their CT side. I think they have had previous good performances, strong performances on CT side throughout their progression through the tournament. Obviously, we've seen a little bit more of Dog than we have of Crident. Only seen that one best of 3 that we just had coming out. So, that remains to be seen whether that was just a fluke or whether that was pure skill. And honestly, given that last game, the performance they put out, I think it could be that they are very strong in this tournament.
Crident, yeah, indeed. I mean, Dog are putting up a good fight, mind you, but it's just going to be interesting to see whether or not they can defend well with these USPs. Look at Nuke Dog, for example, flanking round, no opposition whatsoever is stopping him from doing so. Debaser takes out Skux, though, with the pistol, and Nuke Dog does the same onto Mezzi. Look at this from Ash and Debaser, just teaming up extremely well here, and they're just stopping the T's in their tracks as they try and get onto site. Beautiful shot there from Ash onto Waffy with the USP, and now Lazar is in a 1v3 situation. The bomb is on his back, mind you, he has full HP and full Kevlar, so there is still a chance that he can actually clutch this round, but it's going to be very difficult for him to do so.
Playing those close angles, very wise from him with the Glock, pushing into Church, finds a little bit of damage onto Ash, but he turns the corner, finds the headshot, and Ash and Debaser holding down that B bomb site, and they seem to have an answer to the 10-5 scoreline.
Yeah, all I need to do now is keep this momentum going, buy up these UMPs as they've just done, and Ash, come on boy, you're gonna get a UMP. There we go, 5 UMPs across the board, and that is going to be compared to Crident's full tech buy. So we might see a choo-choo train come in here. And, and there's a bit of aggression, but to be honest, I'm looking at the radar, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They're going to be going up second mid as a unit, as a group, and hopefully play quite aggressively into apps and maybe get that balcony kill, which will definitely open up A site for them.
They had a very strong showing on CT side and lost the pistol round. Now they're going for this eco. Arch side is where they're going to go. A nice disciplined fallback from Griff's. Flash is going around. Yoshi is on site. Mezzi able to back him up. The spray from the UMP is very, very strong. Finds 2 kills. JT trays it back, but it's not going to be enough at all. JT finds himself a UMP, but gets swiftly taken down by Debaser. 10-7, and they do not manage to get the train to find the station.
Nope, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. They're completely stopped in the tracks by the likes of Dog and Crident. You know, that gap is closing ever so quickly, and it's got to be worrying for them, especially as their economy is around 2k for every single player. So therefore, they're not going to invest anything. They're going to invest a dime into this round whatsoever. They're all going to run around the map with their Glocks out.
Yeah, makes sense. Full eco on the 3rd round. Going to be fully buying up the next round. Ash takes down JT early into the round. The bomb has been spotted out and now in CT control. Debaser able to close it out on the trade for Ash. So, 10-7 looks like it's going to be progressing on towards 10-8 as Yoshi gets a nice pick on towards underpass where Skux is going to meet his end.
Yep, not really much Nuke Dog and Waffy can do right now. The bomb is obviously in the possession of the CTs, but what did they really expect to happen when they all didn't invest a dime into the round? I think they just want to go into the next round with as much money as possible so they can dominate round 19 and make it 11-8.
10-8 now, a lot closer than we would have expected, certainly given the fact that it was going up to sort of 10-2 before the half. But no, they are coming out swinging on this CT side, and it really is going very, very well for them. But now the full AK lineup versus the full UMPs. it's going to be interesting to see how they opt to play. And again, I talked about this last time. I'm expecting a little bit more aggressive play, closer angles, so they can take those short-range trades. And JT gets the worst of it. Debaser burns him alive, and that is going to be a good start to the round.
Absolutely. JT falling down to the CTs here, and Wafu, Nuke Dog, and Luz and Skarks. They've got AKs, a bit of utilities to work with, but there's not really much they can do. But they're going to opt for a couple to come off of B. They're going to smoke off long arch, so therefore they can go around to short if they wish to. But they're playing a little bit all over the place right now. They really need just to focus on what they need to do, and it looks like Skarks is just going to get that molly out of the way so they can actually progress into A site and get that bomb down and win the round. But look, there's 3 CTs on A. We've got both of the CTs slowly but surely rotating round to A as well to support the other 3 CTs. So therefore, it's going to be a very, very hard take for Crident to get onto site and plant that bomb. So look, let's see what Yoshi can do in the pit. Nuke Dog taking out Debaser from a balcony, and the T's are on there. Wafu's taking out Gris. The rotate's got to come in quickly. Come on, Messi, get onto site. Help your teammates. Let's go. And the T's are doing a great job of getting onto site, and hopefully that bomb will go down very soon. But it's very, very hard for them to get onto site as there's still a player in pit. That's being Yoshi. Yoshi getting the USP out, trying his best to take the final T out, but instead his teammate Ash does, and that's a fantastic passive hold from Dog, and that's what we would like to see from the CTs. A lot of patience, a lot of teamwork, and a lot of commitment to defending that site.
The issue that the terrorists ran into there, they ran out of utility. They had nothing.
No.
So before, when we saw Dog push onto a bomb site when they took a round towards A, what happened was Mezzi was able to push into apartments, get those drop kills, and they actually were able to use that Molotov to zone out the player playing in pit, but unfortunately they had nothing available of the sort this time around on the side of Crident. That's the one.
Sorry, yeah.
That's all right. Oh, a quick trade coming in early, and aggression from Debaser comes out well. But yeah, they need to keep that utility in reserve if they want to come out well. Debaser finds another one, and now it's going to be Skux to take him down.
Yeah, and he's obviously relaying that information to his teammates. Skux obviously getting that kill on Banana to help him on that situation. But look, they've regrouped now. They've actually come off of Banana completely, and it looks like they can actually commit to A right now. They've got 2 flashes to work with, so hopefully that will give them a bit of control. But unfortunately, they're not really expecting this play from Yoshi because he's going to be playing Arch, and they haven't got any smokes to smoke him out, and therefore he's going to take advantage of that, full advantage of that, in fact, as he takes out Skux. But Nuke Dog does trade him out eventually. So look, it's Nuke Dog, Wafu versus Griffs and Mezzi. 2v2 situation right now. A Deagle and a Tech 9 on Crident's side against a UMP and M4 on Dog's side. Who's going to come out on top? We'll have to wait and see, but we've only got 48 seconds on the clock, so something needs to happen very soon.
Nuke Dog and Wafu. Deagle and Tech 9. No armor to speak of. 2 flashes. 42 seconds left on the clock, and a 1v2 potentially as they start to push towards this B bomb site. This is quite an interesting situation, certainly to me, because if you take a look at the economy next round, the terrorists are going to be able to buy. So getting that plant could be quite vital, but the rotate comes out towards A. Mezzi able to find a lot of damage onto Wafu as they continue, and looks like they're going to be able to get the plant here.
Yeah, that was a really good well, not overextension, sorry, there's a really good rotate from Crident to come round to App's side and plant that bomb down. Mezzi's obviously making it as difficult as he possibly can as he takes out Nuke Dog, but I don't think it's going to be good enough from Wafu and Nuke Dog, but brilliant shot from the Tech 9 onto Mezzi. I eat my words. Griff is in a 1v1 situation, but obviously due to the fact he's got high HP and heavy Kevlar, he does take that into his full advantage and takes him out, and therefore it means it's 10-10 across the scoreboard. Unlucky there from Crident there, but it was a good job to get onto site A, but unfortunately couldn't hold it down and defend the bomb.
Well, they're going to be pretty happy with that. They managed to take out 4 CTs, so their economy kept a little bit in check. Obviously, that's not going to matter too much, but CT side for Dog Gaming coming out really strong. They haven't lost a round yet, and they want to continue that streak. They do have a lot of money in the bank, and Griff's going to be picking up that AWP versus Luzzer, who has one of his own, and now first full gun round pretty much coming out. We'll see how they operate on this one. Maybe a T round could finally come out.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. It's an interesting play here from the CTs. They started off the round with 3 CTs on B, all throwing Molotovs down Banana, so they can gain that control, which they need. But it's not going to matter too much because Luz is going to take out one of the players on A, and it looks like they're opting for an A apps control anyway. So to be honest, that Molotov tactic didn't really do much justice. But JT's HP, 50 HP. The rest of his teammates have full. They have the utility to work with, and it looks like slowly but surely they're going to look to execute onto site A. They're just waiting for one of the CTs to peak or overextend so they can make it easier before they get onto site.
I feel like something that they're starting to do now is operate within mid, something we haven't seen a lot, especially on the new Inferno throughout this tournament, but the first push is going to come through. Straight through the fire, and Mezzi able to clean up one, but Nuke Dog takes him down in response. Ryoshi now on site, able to find one with the burn. Finds a shot, but Nuke Dog again on the refrag. A 2 for 2. 2v2 now as the bomb is going to get planted on A, and Luzza with the aggressive AWP shot towards Arch, sorry, for a second time. As Ash able to find Nuke Dog. Now it's just in a 1v1. Ash versus Luzza. The flash goes and retreats both of them pretty much. And Luzza finds the shot. 3 kills for him this round, and he's going to be pretty pleased, pretty chuffed, putting a first terrorist round on the board for Crident.
Yeah, it was quite unfortunate for Ash, to be honest. He flashed himself going round short, and I think if he actually flashed a little bit better, he could actually got won that duel against Luzza. But yeah, fantastic play from Luzza with the AWP anyway to get a kill on Arch and the final kill on short. So overall, a decent play from Crident. And it's 11-10 now. Round 22 has commenced, and Luzza is playing very aggressively on mid, but it's not really going to do much justice for him as he's smoked off from the CTs. So yeah, a slow start to round 22, just getting that map control, and unfortunately for Crident, Dog have full control of Banana. 3 CTs in total holding B.
That one-way smoke going to be going well on apartments, but Luzza.
Hello.
Peeking Ash, finding the kill with a boost, and that is going to be pretty nice to open that up. They haven't rotated to try and take advantage of it though. Well, not yet. Looks like they might be stepping back. No, they're just going to wait for those rotates to come in. I imagine what we're going to see is a push here from Mezzi coming towards apartments and trying to get a hold here. So yeah, he is going to push back in, but it's not going to go well as Skux is able to take him down. And now A-Site seems to be the focus of the aggression coming out from Dog Gaming.
Yeah.
Sorry, Crident.
Yeah, with Ash and Mezzi as well falling to their weapons here. Looks as though they, because of the 2-man advantage that Crident have, they're going to win this round and bridge that gap by not just 1 round but 2. But Luzza, look, aiming to flash his teammate in, that being JT on short here. See if JT can be capitalised on this. Wafu does on the other side of the map though, and looks like they're going to go for an A push here. And correction, that was Wafu did get a kill onto B. And look at Wafu on Ruins.
Wow, yeah, he's pulling out his inner Mezzi, jumping through that smoke, gets the kill onto Griffs, and they are completely left high and dry on the B site. He's waiting for the push, but it's not going to come. It's going to be planted down on the A site, and Yoshi, in a 1v5, going to be looking to save up that rifle. Wise decision, really not going to be able to take that back, especially against a momentous Crident. And for the first time in this half, it looks like Dog Gaming are back to their first half performance.
Absolutely, and an absolute brilliant little ninja play from Wafu to get past the BCTs and head towards CT. But yeah, Yoshi's in a bit of a sticky situation here. He does come out on top though, which is extremely lucky there for him. I did think Wafu was going to take him out and take that AK away from him. But look, good round overall from Crident. It's now 12-10 in their favour, and it's going to be interesting to see what the opposition can do, that being Dog, considering the economy isn't at its best.
Yeah, they need to kind of pick this up. Full eco this round, potentially. Yoshi, obviously, with that AK-47, couple pistols maybe coming out. Yeah, Yoshi dropping, I believe that's 2 pistols. Oh no, he's bought some utility, a nade and a smoke. So we'll see what he opts to do with those. Playing those close angles, I expect. I'm hoping for some aggression into apartments. Mezzi coming up close, and the close angle from Yoshi as well. So, passive play on B kind of makes sense. You get those closer angles, that's what you need on the pistols. Terrorists once more taking that slow passive stance that seems to have been going well for them in the past 2 rounds.
Indeed it has, and there's not really much that Dog can do here. I mean, obviously they're defending, so if they run into the crossfire of these CZs and 250s, it could be quite destructive for Crident. But looks like they're going to opt for a control on Banana here. We might see a nice execute from Crident on site B, but right now they're just playing passively and just waiting for some kind of mistake that Dog may make. But it's not looking likely, as they're just waiting for Crident to come onto site. Look at this from Skux, looking for a CT, searching for that head, and he does take Depaz's head clean off. Now he's looking for Ash. He knows exactly where Ash is, sprays down through the wall, kills Ash. That means that Griffs, Yoshi, and Mezzi are now in a 3v4 situation, as Yoshi does find Lazar's head as well. Now, what can we do? What can we expect from the CTs? Not really much. They do have an AWP in hand, they do have an AK, and they do have a defuse kit. Griffs with the 250, sorry, make that 5-7. 3v4. Would you expect a retake right now?
Not really. I don't think so, especially with Nuke Dog getting that backstab onto two of them. Does get taken down, but now in a 1v3. Has the kit, armor, AWP. Much better to save in this situation. You know, you go for the retake, sure, but you're just going to lose the AWP against these three players, and it will not go well for you. I think what they're going to want to do is go on the hunt. I don't know if they know he has the AWP, because he did use a pistol to get that kill, so they are still going to go on the hunt.
They're unaware that you've probably got a weapon of that stature, definitely.
Yes, they would absolutely want to take it out of his hands if they knew what was going on, especially given the economy. They wouldn't have been able to really justify buying an AWP in this current standing. So 13-10 is the scoreline. Crident take another round on the terrorist side, but now we are going to see Dog Gaming able to pick up the full buy, and I imagine that once more we're going to see a little bit of a slow round to start, some aggression, and then that will really decide the rest of the round. In the round that we just saw, they played it a lot slower, and that makes sense against an eco team. Sneaky beaky strats are going to be coming out, right? So you don't want to be caught unawares. You want to play it by the book. You want to play your angles as you need to, and really, that's all they needed to do. They didn't manage to. They did manage to close it out for just waiting and biding their time, finding the ins and exploiting them to the best of their ability. So now aggression towards apartments is on the cards for Crident.
Absolutely. I'm just looking at Griffs and Debaser, and obviously we've noticed that they've got a double AWP set up here, which is quite intriguing. Lazar obviously going down to 5 HP as he gets shot up over on site A. So yeah, not really much they can do. They're going to try their best to get onto the site. They have a full buy here, but they're going to slowly but surely going to rotate off of A apps, and looks as though they're going to go for a nice little B tactic here. They don't want to make too much noise because they obviously want to falsify the fact that they're not going A. And look, smoke going out from Skux onto to Arch, so a nice little fake there, and hopefully that will force an overextension, a forceful retake or rotate from one of the CT sides on B, but it's not going to happen. They're going to stick their position on B. It's going to be an interesting execute. The CT smoke goes out, the flashes go out, Luz is going to take the lead, and he's not going to get the shot as Skux does choose to fall back into ruins. Now they're going to execute here. Wafu taking some damage there. 22 HP for him, 1 HP for Lazar. It's going to be hard to get onto the site with that kind of HP, and we're in the round. But Nuke Dog going huge with the shot onto Mezzi with the AK-47. Skux spraying down through the smoke. Not going to connect anything though, but he does, Nuke Dog, kill Yoshi with the AK. Now it is Ash and Griffs in a 2v5 situation here as Lazar takes the base out with an AWP. Now let's see what Ash can do. He's got an M4, he's got a flash, but is it going to be much use as he is in ruins on his own against 5 of Crident? It looks like we're going to see 14-10 on the scoreboard any second now. There we are.
Wow, take them to the church. They'll worship, like Dog Gaming, at the shrine of Crident's 5. All 5 of them able to take that through the rest of the round, and 14-10 now as Crident pick up their feet. They are starting to break into a healthy jog here. They are looking to close this one out now. So obviously if they win this one, they will be on map point and taking an early lead into this best of 3. First map obviously being Inferno. I don't think we have word on what the other 2 maps are. As always is the case, we are unaware of that. But we will be aware of the fact that whoever wins this is going to go on to face FM Esports in the live final later today, which will be on the Twitch stage on the main multiplayer channel. So if you're wanting to tune into that, you can, but it will be over there. Make sure you check it out when it happens. So both of these teams have actually faced off against FM before. Both have lost. We saw Dog in the winners bracket final lose, and we saw Crident early in the second round of the winners bracket actually lose. Both 2-0. Sorry, not Crident last night, was it?
I'm not too sure. I think it might have been Dog, but going back to FM, they have been extremely dominant for the entire tournament, so it's going to be very hard for any team who is put in a position to go against them. But yeah, going back to this game, it's the first map of the best of 3, isn't it? So this is the last series that we have until the grand final later on the Twitch stage. So don't forget to obviously join us on that Twitch channel instead of this one. So let's go back to the game. JT, Wafu, Luzza here in a 3v5 situation as Nuke Dog and Scuts fall down to their UMPs. Let's see what they can do. It's 14-10. Looks like the CTs might be able to claw a round back here if they play their cards right. We've got 3 CTs on A, working together extremely well. Yoshi causing some damage onto the T, takes out Wafu in the end, but unfortunately gets traded out by Luzza. Good shot through the wall from the AWP there. JT Luzza, HP not looking too healthy, therefore they're going to get taken out swiftly by Mezzi, who has some superb aim, and that makes it 14-11. The CT's done quite well there to defend the site, and hopefully they can bridge that gap and close it in and make it maybe an even scoreline. Maybe even goes to overtime. We have to wait and see.
Well, they don't have to go to overtime just yet. 14 rounds on the board, still at 16-14 on the cards for Dog Gaming. Crident obviously wanting to take this one home here and now to have the rematch against FM Esports. Both teams will be out for blood if they manage to make it to the final. So, we'll see how they end up doing. The double AWP setup, we haven't seen this so far this game from Griffs and Debaser. So, they're going to see what they can find. But Luzza comes out on top of that pick, and again, Mezzi with the one-way smoke, just delaying any aggression to apartments, and quite a passive stance so far from Crident.
Finn in Twitch just asking if it's a best of 3 or a best of 5 in the final.
It's a best of 5 with a weighted advantage to FM Esports. Griffs pushing up and able to get an aggressive kill. Mezzi as well, but Wafu trades it back. Now 3-on-3 is going to be the situation they find themselves in. 2 players pushing up mid and a rotate coming out from Yoshi. Now, this could be the sticking point as they start to go around the short side. Luzza holding that angle in library as Yoshi starts to push. This could be where they find the opening. The push comes through and the spray from JT, able to pick off Yoshi. Now another player rotating in from CT. Going to be Ash as all the players just bide their time. They do have a bit of time to play with here. 40 seconds left on the clock. A player pit and a player arch is what they have to contend with.
Yeah, absolutely. And smart play here from Crident. They're opting to rotate off of A and go up Banana, and one of the CTs, that being Ash, is sensed that might be the case as he slowly but surely rotates round to support his teammate. No, sorry, not his teammate. Support his site on his own on B. And Luzza going into site only with 3 HP. Let's see what Ash can do here. He knows full well that they're going onto B and planting the bomb, and he's going to be relaying that information to Griffs, but it's not going to matter too much as it gets taken out by JT with the AK-47, and that leaves Griffs with the AWP. And obviously he's opting to save that gun, which is probably the best option. But it's going to be difficult now for Dog to do much because it's going to be 15-11 on the scoreboard, and that's going to give Crident match point. So what can they do? Probably not very much, and maybe they have to not worry about this map too much and just concentrate on the second instead.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to go for the retake again. That AWP save is going to be so much stronger. I know they're going to have to try and take it to overtime, but having that AWP is going to make that a hell of a lot easier as Luzza just backing off along Banana. 3 HP, doesn't want to risk getting blown up by that bomb. And we'll see them continue with all 3 of those players left alive. Griff's able to save on the AWP. So, map point going over to Crident with a very strong showing so far in this first map. Going back to the point I was cut off a little bit earlier about the best of 5 final. So it is a best of 5 final. FM Esports will take a one map lead into it. So maximum 4 games is what we're going to see this afternoon.
Okay.
And obviously they get the weighting because they won the winners bracket. Both of these teams are already taking a loss, so that's where that comes on. 7 PM on the Twitch stage is where you can catch that if you're at Insomnia. If you're not at Insomnia, you can catch it all online at the multiplay main channel, which is twitch.tv/multiplay. Just knock off the _CSGO and you've got it. So, back to the action now, as Mezzi is the only CT alive to not have a proper weapon. Obviously, he can't afford one, the economy being as it is for them. They need to rotate around Griffs very, very nicely if they want to be in a chance of going to overtime.
Yeah, absolutely, but Crident aren't giving anything away whatsoever. They probably are aware that one of the CTs does have an AWP, so they don't want to peek round corners unnecessarily. But we're going to see just some map control, really. They just want to wait for the CTs to make some kind of mistake and peek, so they can obviously make it easier when they execute the site. And that site that they're looking to execute is most likely going to be A, but again, we're seeing a rotate off of that site, and they're just faking it up. And the fakes worked wonderfully, because if you can look on the radar right now, there's 4 CTs on A compared to just 1 on B. But unfortunately, Crident aren't going to take advantage of that, because they're not going to rush onto B as quickly as they probably should have. And that means they're going to have to contend with not 1 B on B anymore, but instead 3. And Wafu goes for barbecue. He knows that Debaser is probably ruins. He knows where Ash is roughly. And Ryoshi's going to do a great job at taking out Nuke Dog. Debaser following up, killing Skux. Ash killing Wafu. That is a fantastic bit of defense there from the CTs. And that leaves JT and Lazar in a 2v3 situation as he takes out Ash. Gris follows up, kills him in return. That leaves JT in a 1v3 situation.
Look at the time.
Look at the time, not enough time, and that was some fantastic shutdown play there from the CT side, that being Team Dog. Fantastic play. You got to give them credit.
Yeah, I mean, they just ran them into the ground there, able to play those angles nicely. The boost jump denied onto second box for Lazar by the skybox, so he's not going to be too happy about that one. A very difficult jump to make. You need to be pixel perfect on your takeoff on that one, but he wasn't able to get the kill anyway, but Griffiths traded it back on top of Coffins. And yeah, very, very nicely played on the B site, coming in for Dog Gaming. They're not out of this one just yet, can of course take this one to overtime. First map of the best of 3 though, so it's early days. We'll see what they're able to pull off now in this round. Again, they've opted for this double ult set off. It didn't pay off for them first time. Let's see if it pays off for them this time.
Yeah, be interesting to see as to whether or not it will. But you've got a double up setup again from Griffs and Debaser. We witnessed that shutdown on B site last round. So it's not over yet. The CTs is definitely still with a chance of clawing back a few rounds and making it 15-15 and putting it into overtime. Yes, we've got a few rounds yet, so it's still early days. But they're just looking stronger and stronger as the rounds go on here, Team Dog. So let's keep that momentum going and make this game go into overtime. If you choose to do so, it'll be interesting to see.
Well, they're certainly going to be able to do it if they get shots like that. Griffs taking Wafu as he peeks the wrong corner without anyone to back him up. They don't manage to get anything off that, and honestly, that's not how you want to be playing mid. You need to be peeking both sides at the same time, or have smoked off and flashed one side. But of course, that doesn't happen. So they have to fall back and take a bit of a different approach now. So they are going to have 2 players stacked up in apartments. Yoshi has to fall back from that smoke as it starts to clear. Now he's going to be able to push around, and again, Lazar caught off guard by the rotating T's. The push comes out onto balcony. Mezzi able to shut it down a little bit as 1 player remains. Nuke Dog able to find the trade-off, but Griffs is ready and waiting on site. Finds the shot. JT trades it back, but it's not going to last very long. 19 HP. Going over onto him. He is on site, but the headshot lands, and that is going to be 15-13. Dog Gaming are coming back strong. Overtime on the cards.
Defending the sites, both A and B, extremely well. They've definitely had a little bit of a team talk. I reckon the communication is higher. The passive plays are coming in. And unfortunately for Crident, they're just walking into their crossfire and they do not know how to handle it. They're trying their best to smoke off Pit, for example, smoke off certain points on each site that they choose to try and execute. But it's not doing as good as a job as they would have anticipated or hoped. So we're going to see a Tech 9 buy here from the likes of Crident. Maybe a bit of desperation or maybe a special strat that we might see here, because it looks like the train's ready to leave as they do put out the smokes, they do put out the flashes to get that banana control. And here we go, the train's coming in. Let's see if it is a successful one. No smoke, Molotov going down, causing so much damage on T's. JT getting a good shot on Debaser after Ash's Molotov kills Lazar. Now Nuke Dog taking a further fight to Ash, taking him out with a headshot. Griffs does follow up the AWP, killing Nuke Dog, and therefore it is a 3v3 situation. But look at the HP on Crident. It is not at its best, and Yoshi says, I know it's not, as he takes Waffle out the UMP. Fantastic play from him. JT finally manages to get the bomb down. He does have an AWP in his hand, so it's going to be interesting to see whether or not he can come out on top against Griff's AWP work.
I'm not too sure why they've opted to go for this rotate around from Mezzi. I mean, they had that position on CT, and they could have denied the plant again if they'd have gone for it, but no, both of them are now playing Banana, and you know, the terrorists now have a commanding position. They haven't got a lot of time left. Only 2 kits on them. I mean, and JT finds a little bit of damage. Smoke coming off on towards Coffins, but they've left themselves with nigh on no time. 1 kill goes across. Are they going to be able to find a second? He has to stick this plant. The kill goes through, and I think they are going to be able to get the defuse, and that just about comes in as a victory. But yeah, the rotate and the pull back from CT did not make sense to me.
No, also as well, just looking at JT's position on Ruins, yes, it wasn't the best of positions, but at the same time, he opted to kill one of the CTs that was playing around Coffins when he probably should have gone for the guy that was defusing the bomb. Because like you said, in that last round, when that was happening, the time was ticking away. The bomb was almost exploded. And if he chose to kill the guy that was defusing the bomb, I reckon he would have won that round.
Potentially could have gone the other way. And yeah, I mean, it's all on a flip of the dice, especially when you push on like that with a Tech 9 train and with, well, one PC-50 on board, but we'll ignore that one and let them have it. JT taken very low by some early nades down Banana, and that's not going to be what they want to see, especially here. 15-14, so whoever takes this one either takes us to overtime or takes us to map 2. Rotate back along Banana is going to be the order of the day, and now they're starting to push up mid. Going to see Wafu taking the charge at the start of it. He's going to be first peeker, first response, and they are playing quite passively and rotated away 3 to B site. If they execute now onto A, they could be in with a brilliant chance of taking A site.
Yeah, indeed they can. And JT's HP isn't looking too healthy, but look, it's a full buy. You know, they've got that utility to work with as well, so there's a good chance that they could, you know, get a nice execute onto the site that they choose to go on. But we know how solid Dog's defensive play has been in recent rounds, so to see if they can commit to that and sustain that that defensiveness that they've been playing here. It's going to be an A execute here. They have to commit now because it's 26 seconds on the clock. They definitely need to do something quick right now. The rotate's going to be coming in from the CTs that were playing B, and Mezzi is going absolutely phenomenally huge here, taking out JT, taking out Laza, Yoshi taking out Wafu. Absolute bloodbath, left, right and centre trades here. That is Skux now in a 1v3 situation. He has obviously the short play. He has an AK-47. He does take advantage of Griff's reloading his weapon and therefore takes him out, but he is on 23 HP. But that doesn't matter as he takes out Ash with the AK-47 there. Wonderful play, but look at the time. Unfortunately for him, it's not going to work out. And it's 15-15, and what does that mean? That means we're going to overtime.
I'm ready. I'm ready for it. Very, very close match so far, and really well done to Dog Gaming to come back from that 10-5 deficit. They really pulled it out the bag on their CT side, and late into the half they were able to really pull it back there. So 15-15, overtime 1. Both teams going to be competing for every round they can get. Now, it's going to be the setup coming out from, once more, Dog Gaming on CT side. The aggression coming in the hands of Crident. So, Laza once more picking up the AWP. Of course, money is plentiful on overtime, so full buys, gun rounds coming out here. We'll see what they're able to pick up. Of course, you need to win 4 rounds to win this overtime, so they're going to be looking to get every round they can get, as every round is absolutely crucial.
Yeah, indeed, and I'm just watching, obviously, the Banana play here, and yeah, brilliant teamwork here from the 2 CTs playing on B. They just, you know, modded down Banana, gained control of Banana, just stopped any kind of push coming from the T side, and look, now they fall back, now they've got that information, just waiting for that play to come into sight. But unfortunately for them, it doesn't look like there's going to be much action for them, because the Ts are just waiting and sitting passively, just waiting for the CTs to make any kind of mistake. But look, they're going for an A. It's going to be an A execute. The smokes go out, the flashes go out. Let's see if they do tend to look to push, but unfortunately due to the smoke off from the CT, it's completely halted their execute, and they're going to have to be patient. But look at that boost from Laza, taking out Yoshi of the AWP. Fantastic play for him. Now he's searching for the second player, who's most likely going to be sitting in pit, and indeed he is. And let's see what he can do here. And in pit, not too much. Unfortunately, as he gets taken out by Nuke Dog, Wafu following up, couldn't debase. Ash does finally get a trade, and that is now Griffs and Ash in a 2v4 situation right now. The bomb's going to be planted on app side there, so that is going to be on, obviously, in their advantage, because most of the Ts are on that side indeed. So not much that Griffs and Ash can do right now, and they're obviously fully aware of that, hence the reason why they're just sitting back over on the site of B and saving that AWP and that M4A1S.
Pretty much the only reason they've won this round is because, well, Dog rotated a player off to B. They had 3 players on B, put their AWP there as well, and they only had 2 players playing on short side of A. If they hadn't have had that player, if they'd had that player playing arch side, they could have got those picks because, of course, I mean, we saw it last in the second half, right? We saw them going for that push in mid and getting backstabbed beautifully by the CTs, and it really just, you know, it took them off the cards and took that A site off the cards, but they didn't have that player there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it. So they do lose this first round at overtime, 16-5 now, 16-15, sorry, to Crident.
Yeah, of course, and you know, that's a brilliant bit of confidence, I'm sure, that has gone in Crident's way because of that first overtime round win. But obviously, because of the high amount of money that you get in overtime, it's still very much you know, in favour of both teams taking this win. So let's see who comes out on top. We've got Griffiths with the AWP. We know how deadly he's been recently, so let's see if he can get any picks as the terrorists slowly but surely push up towards mid. And look at this peak coming from Lazar. He is peaking with the AWP. Fantastic peak from him as he takes Griffiths out with the AWP. We're going to see quite an aggressive little play here on A site. But look, Yoshi does trade out, and that means that they once had the one-man advantage, and now they don't. Now it's 4v4, which is slightly disappointing because I would have liked to have seen Crident take advantage of that one-man advantage a little bit more so than they did, as we just witnessed.
Yeah, and again, they haven't rotated that player off to B, which did go well for them as they were able to shut down on that mid push. So we'll see how they're able to deal with this one. But JT takes Ash off the board. Debasa trades it back, but Skux is there, ready and waiting, and they have now opened up this B site. Nuke Dog with a brilliant backstab there on towards the player, rotating through Arch, and all of a sudden, it looks like Crident are starting to get their tee on and start going strong in this first part of overtime.
Indeed, there's not really much that obviously Yoshi can do right now. He's got to save that AWP, but that's obviously going to mean that it's going to be 17 rounds in Crident's favour. So 17-15 here, and I'm pretty sure the likes of Team Dog are going to be sweating absolute buckets right now. They need to really start to look to pull something out of the bag to get back into this game, and their economy is disastrous after this bye, so they really need to win this round. If they don't, it's looking like the Crident might just take this map.
They have put in a very strong performance. It's interesting, given that Dog came off a very strong CT side just now, that they have lost these 2 rounds in a row. And of course, that's going to leave them pretty much high and dry in terms of kit. I mean, pistols for a couple of them, but Griffs managed to find the kill early onto JT.
Very impressive.
And that is, yeah, very nice aggressive play on towards Banana, able to get the peek, able to get the drop. And Lazar is looking for revenge. Unfortunately, he's not going to find it, but a bit of a nade damage going over onto Debasa.
Yeah, that was a fantastic shot from Griffs, just reverting back to that play. Unfortunately, JT must be a little bit disappointed with that, and JT being one of the top aimers on Team Crident, it's going to be a little bit difficult for them to actually get back into this round. And look, Griffs is getting another kill, following up, killing Skux, making it his 2nd kill of the round. Debase's HP isn't looking too healthy either, so to be quite frank, it's not really going to make much of a difference because Crident are looking pretty shaky in this round 3 of overtime. Lazar does return back with a nice kill onto Debasa, and of course they have got some control of B now. Lazar taking out Ash as well. Look at that shot, just fantastic individual play from the fella, and that means that Yoshi and Griffs and Mezzi are going to have a difficult time retaking site B. Just when it looks so good for Dog, it looks like they're going to actually lose this round due to the you know, phenomenal play from the terrorist side getting onto B and getting the bomb down.
Look from Nuke Dog going to be crucial if they want to stop that push from Yoshi coming in. Flash going to be coming out. Yoshi, he needs to check these angles. If he doesn't, it could be fatal, and it certainly is. Nuke Dog now playing from that short position. 2v2 on the retake as Mezzi able to take off Lazar. The spray through the smoke for Nuke Dog is strong right now, and it's just Griffs. Not a lot of time, but Wafu is able to clean him out, and that is 3 rounds now for Crident on their terrorist side after a weak showing, to be honest.
Dog have got to do something. It's not looking good for them whatsoever. I don't know what they can do. I think maybe a tactical pause should come in because, to be honest, we haven't actually seen one yet. I know it's only the first map of the best of 3 between these 2 teams, but even still, every single round matters. Every single map counts, and you've really got to take into consideration of using, you know, that pause. You know, they need to get the tactical plays at a higher standard, and unfortunately for them, Crident are running away from with this, and it looks like that they are going to be looking to take this this first map.
Look at the
unless
aggression.
they can do something.
Oh, in mid, the aggression from Luzza trying to get those early picks, but he wasn't able to find anything. I was hoping he'd be able to get those magical AWP shots off, but it was not to be.
It wasn't to be. But yeah, Jay, you got to be John. You got to be impressed with his AWP play throughout the tournament, especially in this map. He's proved to be pretty deadly with that magic stick.
Certainly is, and B site seems to be lined up right now. They are going to go for this execute. Ash edging around the corners. Ash up high. Look, check your angles. It's not going to go well for Griffs, and they are able to fall back now. Wafu playing up there. Ash pushes through the smoke and is unseen by the boost, and he is able to capitalize on it, getting the headshot onto Wafu. Now 4v4 as they continue their push. Debasa goes and gets himself one kill onto JT, and now the bomb is on site. Luzza rotating into Church, picking up the AWP. Taking his angle slowly, but Mezzi waiting for the backstab. Nuke Dog not able to find it this time. And there we go. It's going to be a very strong showing so far as they pick up their feet once more. They're not quite out of it just yet, but they only need one round. All they need is one round to take home this map.
Indeed they do, and looks as though they're going to get that round, and they're not going to be out of this game, out of this map just yet. Skuk's getting a nice little exit kill onto Yoshi, and all that's going to do is give him $300, and they've got an AWP and M4 as well, so going into the next round, I think Crident's economy is still going to be pretty damn good. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because the gap is closing, but Crident are still looking very strong. They just didn't manage to win that last round.
Yeah, 18-16 now the scoreline. Crident cutting their losses there. They are going to be able to fall by, of course, this next round. It being overtime. They are going to have that ability to do so. So round 5 of the first overtime. Dog Gaming going to be looking to pick up these 2 rounds on the trot, and we'll see if they're able to do so. And as I said before, only 1 round stands between them and losing this map. So last chance saloon for them for now. Both teams obviously looking to take an early lead into this best of 3, and it's incredibly close so far, so I think we could be in with a brilliant set of maps. But here we go. T-Griffs able to find 1 kill so far. JT trades it back as they start to push through the smoke, and it goes well for Shucks. Finds 2, and Crident take an early lead for now 3v2 as Debasa trades it back on, and A site gets opened up. Now Nuke Dog playing in that position is going to be brutal if they do manage to find the side swipe, but JT finds the backstab. Now it's just Mezzi in the 1v3. Managed to get himself on site, but Nuke Dog has an inkling, and I think they are going to be able to retake this site if they play it right. He is going to be edging around though, and it's going to be a very close one. Wafu closes it out, and there we go. Map 1 going over to Crident.